On my digital class, and now we're looking at the topic of place value and digit value with the numbers to 10 million. Okay, so this is a topic that we actually kind of learn in P4 chapter 1, but we are also learning it more in P5 chapter 1. So let's start with the place value and digit value first. Now, example, here you can see a number here, 9810167. Okay, and now if I put here 67, now this is called 67. Okay, now 67, this 7, we will name it as the place value of ones. As an example, as you can see here, ones. Again, it's all with S, 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 S. Then here is 67. So we have this 6 at the place value of tens, again with the S. Okay, as you can see, if I add on to become 167, this will be at the place of hundreds. Okay, now how about the number before here? This will be at the place value of thousand, thousands. And how about the numbers before? It will be 10,000. And as you can see, the number before will be 100,000, and eventually we meet millions here. Okay, so you can see here again, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and millions. Okay, something that's very important to take note. This is place value. So let's move on to something called the digit value. So digit value, as you can see here, if it's 7, so here will be just 7. But when you look at here, the 6 here is at the place value of tens. That's why 6 multiplied by tens, this is 60. So, or in simple, you can understand it as 60 plus 7 equal to 67. How about hundreds here? Hundreds here again, we have 167. So here will be 100. So you can see, as you can see, 100 plus 60 plus 7 is 167. Now, next, 1,000. Thousands here, you know that usually we just put, if it's 1,000, we just put 1000, correct? But teacher, if here is 0, do I put 0000? Okay, the answer is no, don't need, okay? Let's be simple. We just put 0 here. Just 10 will do, okay? And as you can see here, 10,000, so it will be 10,000. And here, 800,000, so here will be 800,000. And of course, the last one will be 9 million, so 9 million. And you will notice that sometimes in math, we are trying to make it easy for you by separating the last 30 and the middle 30. Okay, as you can see here, 000, 000, then 9. So it will be easy for you to understand. Oh, there's 9, 000, 000. So it's 9 million. Or here, 800, then 1,000. 10,000. So that will help you to understand the numbering or either the words better. Okay, let's do the quick check here. Let me just show you the easier one first. Maybe this is a bit harder for you. Let me ask you this: how many tens are there in one, maybe 100? So how many tens are there in 100? Tens, as you know, is what? 10. 100s is what? 100. So how many tens are there in 100? How many? So if you know some of the tricks, you know that you can actually can just divide. So 100 divided by 10. So what will you get? Again, we know that we can just cut out the 0, 0, 0. 10 divided by 1. 10 divided by 1 is 10. Because anything divided by 1 is just the original number. So it's 10. So in this case, after you have tried out this example. How about this? How many hundreds are there in 1 million? Now, hundreds means what? 100, right? 1 million means what? 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay? So how many? We just divide. So 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, divide by 1, 0, 0. So we just remove the 2 0, and we have 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, which is what? 10,000. 10,000 divided by 1 is what? It's still the same, 10,000. So if I were to ask you again, how many hundreds are there in 1 million? The answer is very simple, 10,000. And we are done for this part. So far, so good. I believe it's not something that's very difficult, but take some time to um, remind yourself about what you have learned in the past. Let's move on to the next part. Now, we are learning how to write numerals in words. Now, all of you are very good in writing numbers, right? You know, like, oh, this is 10, this is 11, this is 7. You know all this. But now we need to revise and again learn how to write in words. So 10 will be what? 10. 11 will be what? 11. 7 will be what? 7. Now, I believe that you know how to write from 0 to 10. I think this is something easy. But sometimes it's a bit confusing on how to write from 11 up to maybe 19. So I've actually given you the list here. So you have 11 here, 11. So 12 will be here, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay? Now, these are the spellings that you must make sure you got it. Okay? You must make sure you got it. It will be slightly confusing for you maybe, especially on some of the words here. So please be very careful. We have 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay? Teacher, how about 21? How about 22? It will be something simple, which I'll talk about it in tips, tip number 2. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay? So something that you must make sure you know how to spell. Now, just to remind you a bit of maybe tricky part is on this 14 and 40. You notice that what's missing when it comes to the 4, which is the U, right? So 14 you have the U, but 40 you don't have that U. So please be a bit careful with this. Okay? Now you have know how to write 0 to 10. Now you have learned from 11 to 19. You have learned 20. But how about 21, 22, 23, 24, 25? That will be very simple because you are just repeating 20, then just put 1. 21, 22, 23. But there is something that you need to be very careful, which is something that I need to share with you now. Here, for numbers that's from 21 to 99, you will need to put hyphen or a line like this. Okay? Huh? What do you mean? Means that, again, you can see here, if I say 25, we put 20. What we learn here, we put 5. But in between, we must put this hyphen here. Example 35, the same thing. 35, in between, we put this. 46, 53, 62, 71, 88, 97. Again, all these things, you must have that line. Okay? So you know how to write up to 99 already. Okay? Next one. When I enlarge it to make it big, this is the part that is a bit confusing now. Again, we are now learning how to write numerals up to 10 million. Okay? Just to make some small changes here. Okay, this should be both. Okay, let's look at the first one first. First one is very simple. If I give you a number like this, you know it's what? Just 9 million. Okay, 9 million. And just a reminder, do you have an S here? Like 9 millions? The answer is no. Okay, no. We have the S only in place value where there's S. But when it comes to our real writing here, we don't put S here. Okay? So 9 million. So you can see very simple, just 9 million. But what if I put here 2 million, but now I add something called the 63 here? Then your case will be what? 2 million 63. Yes, but we need a core, something that connects them together. So we'll put something called what? The N. We'll put something called the N here. Okay, so 2 million and 63. So you can see the difference, right? The number 1 and number 2. What's the difference? Number 1, there is no comma, there's no the word N. Because I don't need just 9 million. But the second one, I will need a connector to connect by putting what? The word N, as you can see here. Okay, number 1, number 2, simple. But number 3, when the things get longer, you need to put more connector. And in this case, I need 1 comma 1 N. So let me just highlight for you, for you to see very clearly. 1 comma 1 N, 1 comma 1 N. So for example, let's see here. So I have here 4 million, 4 million. As you can see here is million, right? 4 million, 500,000, 500,000, and 70. And here's 70. And again, because it's long, so I need to have something to connect them together. Like this comma, to make it clear, 4 million, 500,000, and 70. So here will be what? 8 million, and comma, 129. Okay, so you can see 1 comma 1 n, 1 comma 1 n. But at the last one, which is the longer one, which is you need 2 comma and 2 n. So for example here, okay, so let me just highlight here for you that 2 comma, 1 comma here, 2 comma here, 1 n here, 1 n here. So how do we connect them together? Again, let's take a look here. 2 million, 2 million, right? 100, 100, right? 83, 83,000, because here is 183,000. Then comma, 700, 700, and again, there's always an n to connect that, 94 and 94. And that is basically what you will need to do to put them together. Okay? And I think this will be the one that's a bit more common that you will see in the questions. Okay? Anyway, and I hope you really learn something. And don't worry, because we can practice all these things in the following page. Maybe a bit confusing, but it's okay. We'll try to learn together. Okay? And again, I hope you learned something. And thank you. See you. Bye bye.